right here in the Nanaimo Harbor. This is my hometown. This is Nanaimo, British Columbia. My great-grandfather arrived here in the late 1800s. He walked the trail from Victoria before the railroad was built. So all the Gogos are one big happy family. And my mother told me that music is a gift, and gifts are for giving, forgiving, forgiving. So that's what we do, we play music. When I was growing up in this town, everyone was either in a band or in a play or in a musical. We're just surrounded by music.
Our household, it was always noisy with music. We had like 3 pianos and we all played the piano.
I eventually grew to love it. You're not going to make any progress on an instrument until you absolutely love it. I went on the road when I was 18 with my band, Graphics, which had my brother Johnny singing, my brother Lawrence lighting, my brother Tommy on drums, and my brother Joe helped out with all kinds of stuff.
All continued on in the music business. Really, we didn't have any money to buy gear and stuff like that. They would take out loans, or my sister Ann would buy their tickets so they could go to Prince Rupert and do gigs, and it was always everybody pitched in.
Paul ended up being hired to be in my first touring band. So this is like 1989, 1990. And so we ended up, touring across Canada and touring with that record and making music videos together and, having adventure.
I have an entire rock and roll career before I joined Trooper, which was almost 30 years ago. And Trooper was the first time that I was in a band where the musicians got paid as much as the crew. So it was a big step up, and we were playing 100 shows a year.
Paul and I have had so many great moments together, playing shows with Bryan Adams, Joan Jett, Joe Satriani, and Richard Marx. And yes, even opening up for Trooper. I could talk about Paul's musicality all day long, but what impressed me from day one was Paul's love, compassion, and empathy for others. That's never changed throughout Paul's entire music career. He always thinks about others first, always promoting positivity and always giving back to the community he grew up in.
My parents were always doing volunteer gigs, so that's where my volunteer madness came from. With Trooper, such an amazing gig and such awesome guys, and always such a neat adventure. Like, we would fly out and play the Grey Cup, and there'd be 60,000 people, and it's super exciting, and you're hanging outside of this van and waving at everyone. Then come back to town, and the next day I would do my volunteer gig at NACL, right? I volunteered at NACL for probably 20 years at least.
My brother Paul has been recognized for the Excellence in Cultural Award. This award is given out to someone who is recognized as a national artist.
You spend your life volunteering, working, and doing stuff, and sometimes you don't know if people are really digging what you're doing. But what's happening with this award is I'm really, really feeling it, that maybe what I have been doing has been the right thing, and I hopefully have inspired other people, because it's not just about me, it's about the town, of course, and it's about anyone who wants to take the reins and keep the spirit going.
It's got to be polka music.
Culturally it's great. But Paul's a wonderful musician. He really is amazing. But I think almost anyone that will ever talk to you about Paul will always talk about the man.
I just love it here, and I always have. And this is who I am, and these are our people, of course. And I think with anything, not just the arts, but in the industrial arts as well, if you have something and you can share it, that's a really, really good, powerful thing to do.